Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I am Abe with MysticGenMara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And today I would like to offer the elemental energy reading for water for the month of March. And the water elemental energy covers Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces of the zodiac. If you're interested in learning why I read for elements and not zodiac, there is a video linked in the description. You can check that out. We'll start off by going over the I-ching hexagram, which I cast before recording the video for time's sake, because they take a little bit of time to do. And then, if you're interested in I-ching or any of the decks I'm using, they're linked in the description down below. And with that, we will get started with your hexagram for March of 2024. And it is hexagram 26. It is the Great Nourisher. The Great Nourisher favors righteous persistence. Good fortune results from not eating at home. It is a favorable time for crossing the great river or sea. What's coming up? I read intuitively, so it may be a little different than some of the other commentary. The Great Nourisher favors righteous persistence. So the source of everything, God, source, divine, however you see, the creator of the universe, favors righteous persistence, honest, hard work. And that can be physical hard work, it can be mental, getting your inner space aligned. Good fortune results from not eating at home. If you're in a role, doing all the work and then stopping to go take care of the everyday may not always be the best option. Doesn't say not to do it, just says sometimes you need to just have someone else handle some of the day-to-day stuff. And it is a favorable time for crossing the great river or sea. This is the time to actually put into play the big stuff that you've been working on. When they're talking about great rivers or seas, they're talking about the big challenges, and when it's favorable time for crossing, this is the time to really put the boots to the ground and do the thing that you've been wanting to do, the big plan that you've been working on. So, just from our startup here, March looks like it could be busy for water. So let's start with our foundational line down here, and we have trouble threatens. It would be wise to bring activities to a halt. So certain things, if you're feeling like there's a lot of pushback on it, just put that part of your plan on pause. Whatever it is, whether it's starting a business, if you're getting a lot of pushback and it's like, why is this being so troublesome? Just set that aside for a little bit. Focus on another part of it, or maybe go inside and do some meditation. Go back and be like, is there something I'm missing here? But pushing forward, if there's trouble in the pathway, is not benefiting you this month. So for your second line, a broken axle. This is basically saying the pushback you're getting has nothing to do with you. It's not like, oh, my plan was wrong. Something outside isn't set up to receive what you're offering, and that's the pushback. It could be somebody outside of your bubble, people that you thought you could have help you or trust, and they're really actually working against you behind the scenes. So there's that pause, that pushback. That's that broken axle. It's not anything that you've done. It's just something that's happened, and now you have to, unfortunately, take a pause and deal with the situation. So our third place line, a fine steed galloping, persistence under difficulties will win advantages. It is best to be occupied all day with defensive measures. Excuse me. It is favorable to have a goal or destination in view. So this one is, what is it you're focusing on? A fine steed galloping, persistence under difficulties. As long as you can keep your goals, your plans, your visions ahead of you, the things that you know deep down inside that you really just want to manifest, to bring into your life, to attract, this is the time to really let those guide you. It says it's favorable to have a goal or destination in view. If you're working on something and you're focusing here, right up close to you, but you don't have an end game in place, you don't have a goal, you don't have a destination, you don't have definitive things like with let's say side business. With my side business, I want to be making $40,000 a year by December of 2024. That's a very big goal, not unachievable, completely achievable. But are you putting that out there, or are you just saying, I want to be more prosperous, I want to make more money, I want blah blah blah? Because when you say I want something and it's amorphous, like I want abundance, I want prosperity, those are good places to start. But then you need to define that as you start to take steps in that direction. That way you can get a set goal, a set plan. I want to be, from my side business, not my main job, from my side stuff, I want to be making $40,000 by December of 2024, and then continue to make that for years to come. You're setting yourself up. You're setting up a plan. That's what they're asking you for, is with this third line, is everything's lining up. You're starting to move. Do you have a goal or destination? I mean, you can get in your car right now and get in your car, go out on the highway, and just start driving. But if you don't have a destination, where are you going? Really? And that's what they're saying. So for our fourth place line, the headboard of a young ox, sublime good fortune. Sorry, I'm going to take a peek at what the ox stands for here. So what that really means is being able to leash power. Because the young ox is a powerful being, but the headboard, it's that big piece that goes around their neck so you can, drive your ox team. And what that's controlling this bigger power. This is bringing that aspect of source energy in and forming it into something that you're wanting. And a lot of this is going to happen behind the scenes. Your meditation, your mindsets, the energy that you put out in your auric fields. This is what is the headboard of that divine power. And that's what they're saying is the headboard, your will, is going to control this amazingly powerful energy. And that's sublime good fortune. That's going to be the sort of easy good fortune. Not saying that anything's really easy in life. Some of it is. But this is the best option, is getting your inner world, your will, in alignment with goals. And then when God Source Divine brings in the energy, everything lines up for you. So let's look at the fifth place line. A gelded boar's tusk good fortune. I love how they keep using animals like this. So a gelded boar means he's no longer able to reproduce. But the boar's tusk is actually a symbol of opportunity in the ancient Chinese, according to the definition here. So the good fortune is, look for these opportunities as you're going through this month. As long as you're not pushing against troublesome problems, as long as you're not bringing people in that you're not sure where their loyalties are, everything's lining up, so it's going to be moving. If you've got a goal in place, you're going to be moving really well in this upcoming month. Doors are going to be opening, the opportunities are going to be showing up for you. Let's look at our capstone, which is our top one here. Carrying in accordance with heaven's way. When you are really focusing on this growth, when you're really working with this higher frequency energy, what you're doing is you're aligning yourself with the heart of the Creator. You're aligning yourself with the divine spark. That is where you get the ox energy, this powerful force that a little piece of wood, your will, can wield. As long as you're working in alignment with honesty, compassion, morality, and ethics, the universe opens up at those points for you on your journey, water. So make sure that what you're doing is benefiting not just yourself, but other people. Like, as you grow, you can bring on more people. You can, help them get started with their businesses, however that works. But really working with this energy of, as I am blessed, I will help others, as well as staying in alignment with God's Source Divine. That brings in the morals and the ethics and all of that fun stuff in one place. So that is our I-ching. Now we'll hop into the tarot. There are approximately 4 weeks in March, so we'll do 4 weeks worth of sets, and we do a guide or guardian at the beginning or to start off the week, and the guide or guardian is helps guide you through the week or guards you from any lessons or challenges that come up. There is a message from source. These are positive reinforcements, positive messages supporting you. And then we look at a lesson or a challenge from the tarot. A lesson, something you can work on. A challenge, something outside that's coming in that you may not be aware of. So we'll get started here. And like I said, if you're interested in any of the decks or cards, you can check those out in the description below. Your first guide or guardian, water, is number 31. It is Gaia. Gaia dragons, earth dragons, are coming in because from Gaia, the heart of the planet, the Titan queen that controls the planet basically, she's offering you a great amount of support and protection. Gaia, in some of the older legends, carried humanity, the planet, on her back, kind of like Atlas, but not the same, because the planet was part of her where Atlas just toted it around. And so we're looking at this from a point of support and protection. Gaia is there to offer her support, but she's also offering you, well, I've got the planet here, what do you want? So you've got a really powerful set of dragons coming in for this first week of March, saying, we're here to help guide you and protect you, but we're also here to help you understand your divine will and forming that into a set goal, plan, and steps moving forward. Your message from source is gratitude. Be grateful for what you have. One of the biggest things that I feel like it gets glossed over in a lot of modern day white light affirmation, not so much affirmation, but the modern day stuff is this focus on gratitude. We're focusing on being in alignment with love and light, moving forward, growth, but a lot of times we'll forget this aspect. When you're grateful for things in this moment, when you're grateful for things that you have now, it allows the universe to be like, oh, you like that? Okay, well, let's see what else can we bring in to help you out. And then if you have your goals already established, the universe is like, oh, you have goals. So you're happy here, but this is where you're wanting to go. Cool, let's start bringing things into alignment. And that's what gratitude is all about. And when you're going through hard times, you don't have to be grateful for the hard times because that's not logical, but you can be grateful for the lessons you are learning, for the growth you are achieving, and that's a different frequency, and that helps build upon what Gaia's dragons are offering in this first week. So just keep remembering as you go through the month, you're grateful for the sun, you're grateful for the rain, you're grateful for the gray skies, you're grateful for the blue skies, because each one of those has a unique gift that is being given to you and the planet. So you've got some gratitude to work with this first week, and that's what Source is wanting to remind you of. Being water, you tend to be pretty compassionate anyway, but gratitude is just taking that to another level. So we are looking at our lesson or challenge from the tarot. And water, March looks like it's starting off something new. We have the Fool card, which is the beginning of the tarot. It's a major arcana, so these are life lessons. Just like with I-ching, if trouble comes in, it's going to be at the first part of what you're working on, because it's going to be that little trip, it's going to be that little hiccup that isn't your fault, something outside, the snake from outside grabbing him. So just be ready if something comes up as you're starting off on this next journey, this next month of your life. But they're also showing what you're establishing and working on now launches itself out about 6 months. So this could be as late as September. The energy that you build this month will be reaching that point. So what you're starting right now is the Fool. You're starting a new journey. There's new stuff coming in. You may not be aware of every step, and that's fine, but you have a goal in mind, and you have an energetic outlook, because when you look if you can see his face there, he's shocked by the fact he's got bit, but he's kind of like that tra-la-la person, like, I'm on a journey, and then he gets, caught with a little adder on his ankle. But that's where you're at, water. You're ready to start this journey. You've got the energy, you've got the eagerness. Just watch out for the outside forces that may not be the best options in this first week. So your second week is number 22, 22. Pay attention to the double numbers in the second week. It's your second week and it's 22. Okay. We are working with the serene dragons, and the serene dragons help bring you to balance. 2 is the number of duality. It is the planet we live on. You have positive, negative, masculine, feminine. So bringing yourself into balance is how you find peace. Bringing yourself into balance is how you find quietness. Serenity is a form of being in balance, which also breeds peacefulness, leading to happiness and joy. Not the puffed up emotional sense, but that I'm good where I'm at. I'm happy with how my life is at the moment. So the second week of March, your guides are coming in to say, let's help you find balance. Let's help you find that emotional peace, that deep serenity that allows the world to be out there. You're here, you're in the moment, you're in balance. The world can be doing whatever it wants, but as long as you're in balance, you will affect that just by your vibration alone. So, message from Source. We have so with the serenity, finding balance, for water, this is not something that's super comfortable. It's facing your fears and releasing those fears. When we bring ourselves into a state of serenity, to get there, sometimes we have to overcome our own egos, our own shadows, our own fears, but we also have to deal with other people's emotions and thoughts. Water tends to attract all emotional baggage. It's just unfortunately a curse of the water sign, or water element. So when that happens, you may be living in, as you have been progressing, you may have been feeling other people's fears, but because you're absorbing everything, you think they're yours. That's where you're facing these fears and being like, wait, this isn't even mine. What am I doing? Poof, out. Because that's not going to keep you in balance. So pop that little fear away because it's not yours anymore. And when you're facing your fears, you're really focusing on growth. You're connecting into God's source divine. You're trusting the power of the universe to guide you in the right direction. It may not always feel like you're going the right direction, but that's where you're headed. Sometimes you have to go through challenges to get there, and that's where facing your fears is powerful. Sometimes it's pushing you out of your comfort zones. Sometimes it's pushing you to do things that you've been wanting to do but didn't feel worthy, didn't feel qualified, didn't feel responsible enough. Facing those fears is a growth challenge, and God's source divine is coming in to say, the second week of March, we're helping you find your serenity and your peace, which is going to allow you to face your fears with dignity and courage. So let's see what our challenge is, or lesson. We have the 7 of Swords. So this is intellectual. We're going into the mind with swords. We're tapping into that air quality. And what I'm getting from this is, don't put on the air of pride, of arrogance, of I don't have anything to fear. Yes, you do. We all do. Don't. 7 of Swords is what I'm getting from this is, don't allow that egoic sense of, well, I've already faced my fears, so I don't have to worry about it. Oh yeah, you do. You've got another fear. You just don't realize it yet. And facing your fears, your challenges, those things that you don't want to, that discomfort, it's not about, ooh, scared of spiders, or ooh, scared of snakes. It's that fear of failure. It's that fear of being called out because someone else may know more than you. Everyone has someone who knows more than them. That's just life. So working through some of those fears, but doing so without taking it to a point of arrogance is what I keep hearing. They like that word for some reason today. So watch out for the ego's trap of pride and arrogance as you're going through this second week. And remember, when you're facing your fears, we all have them, and learning how to deal with that with connection to God's source divine is the best possible option and outcome. So our third week's guide or guardian is number 8, the spirit dragons. The spirit dragons are dragons that are from, what they're showing me is from beyond our planet. These are ones that travel interdimensionally. They actually will sit in the throne room of the divine, of heaven, they're saying that these guys are on par with the cherubim and the seraphim, so we're talking some big time dragons here. And what they're showing me for this third week is these guys are helping you in the physical form connect to the you in the spiritual. So it's you with your higher self, understanding the shadow self, the ego, and integrating that, allowing you to grow upwards. So you are planting roots spiritually, but you're also growing up. The spirit dragons are saying you as a spiritual worker are a walker through worlds. You have one foot in multiple dimensions and multiple spiritual practices and places. Working with spirit dragons helps you understand how broad a decision made in one dimension can actually ripple effect. And that's not to scare you, that's to encourage you. When you do good, it's not just here, it ripples. And that can be fixing your own mindset, working through health and healing, and it expands and ripples out. Water, this third week, the guide that's coming in, the dragons that are offering their services are the dragons of spirit. Learning to work with the spiritual dragons in this aspect is going to be very beneficial, and they said that they're showing me that this is a patron aspect as well, so they're not just for this week, they're actually coming in to offer their help and guidance on your spiritual journey beyond this month by a long shot. So your message from Source is confrontation. Pick your battles wisely. Source doesn't want you to have to be fighting for stuff. There's no point in that. The fight at work, fight at home, fight with your kids, fight with your spouse. It is irrelevant in the bigger scheme. When you start to tap in with the spirit dragons, understanding that interconnectedness of the different dimensions, timelines, underworld, overworld, all of that stuff, when you bring yourself into alignment, the picture you see here is a picture of heaven. Everyone's put their fights down, we're all at peace. And that's the thing, is when you tap into and find that balance through serenity in the second week and this third week with the spirit dragons, confrontation melts away. You understand when you need to step up and defend, but you also realize this isn't even a fight. That person's just chattering away over there to make drama. For what purpose? And it's not a fight. That's not a confrontation worth having. And when you have that awareness, when you tap into that balance and you can see that over there, you realize I don't need to get involved in that because A, it doesn't involve me, and B, it's not going anywhere. Like, they're literally just bickering back and forth because they are apparently bored. So just working with spirit in this third week and understanding there are some battles that are not yours, and if they bring them to you, then figure out how to find an ending to it. But overall, the confrontations are not worth it. And in this third week, they're just showing me that this third week could be a little bit different because you're working with your spiritual energy, and when you do that, other people sense it, and it might make them a little bit more bitey than normal because you're growing, and your growth, your light, is making them uncomfortable. That's their problem at that point. So your lesson or challenge is the Knight of Chalices, the Knight of Water, the Knight of your element. So this is the young males of the water family, the young masculines, I should say. And with that, things are moving. Things are improving. And we're talking from an emotional state. They're showing me that this is where you have worked through the ace through the 10. You're getting into the courts, meaning you're moving beyond the everyday aspects of water. So you're not dealing with petty emotions. You are in a state of growth and expansion. Emotions trigger physical responses. Mindsets trigger emotions. So you're in this cycle of growth. And the Knight of Chalices is saying this third week, your challenge is stay aligned with what you're after. Put your positive emotions into those goals. Things are starting to move. The horse that he's riding is running. You can see his feet are up. That means there's speed coming in, and if you can hold yourself in that higher frequency using your emotions as a key to where your vibration is, everything's going to be moving quickly, so hold yourself in that higher state. And that's not always easy. But work with your guide, your spirit dragon, this third week. That's going to help speed things along. That's going to help align you better. And that's going to just overall be a benefit for you. So we are working on our 4th week with... This dragon has a cat face. Number 4, and it's Father Time. And if I get him up here so my ring light's out of the way. His little face looks very cat-like. But Father Time is saying, time is on your side this 4th week, but time is of the essence. So you got 2 different dynamics going on here. Yes, things are moving rapidly, and they're moving in your direction as long as you've held on to what's ethical, moral, the walking heaven's path type thing, if we're going back to I-ching concepts. But you also, things are going your way, time's of the essence. You need to be moving. March is not a time for you to dilly-dally and fiddle-faddle, sit around and not do anything. You've got a really powerful month set up here, water, and it's saying you are moving rapidly. The current is flowing with you, so as Abraham Hicks would say, don't turn your boat upstream and try to go against the current. Turn into the stream and flow with it. Father Time is saying you have a lot you can get done in a short period, but you have to start somewhere. And that's what he's bringing forward, is no matter what's going on, use your time wisely. There's times for rest. Don't get me wrong. There are times for rest, and he's not saying that you don't need rest. He's saying don't let your time be idle. If you have goals, dreams, big things you're working towards, that needs to take up a lot of time so that you can stay focused on it. Yes, have your downtime, but also know that you need to be working towards your goals. So this 4th week, we have Archangel Raphael with bringing in your message from Source, provider of healing for mind, body, and soul. And this is the part where Father Time dragons are talking, is do the work, put in the effort, but know when to take a break. Know when to let your body and mind and soul rest. Go to a hot springs. Take a nice hot mineral bath, Epsom salts and things like that. Get one of the little foot massagers and, get your feet massaged. Do things to help support your mental health, your physical health. Instead of having a donut, have a steak, have a salad. Something that's more supportive of you. That's not to say you can't have the donut later, but don't use that as your meal. And when you start to work with Archangel Raphael, you're going to notice your communication becomes more clear, but also your health, your physical, your mental, most important to water, your emotional health will improve as well. So you're working with powerful dragon helping you get more into the flow state, because the river of life, the river of time is moving. Are you going with it, or are you stuck on a rock? And that's what Father Time's like. Let's get you into the water and get things going. You've got Archangel Raphael coming in saying you have a lot going on. Don't neglect your health for your mind, body, and spirit. So your lesson or challenge for this 4th week is the 6 of Pentacles. The 6 of Pentacles is bringing in a little bit of laziness. They were showing me another word and I couldn't say it. So it's like an almost apathetical feel is what I'm hearing. No matter what's going on, stay focused, stay moving, keep building on the energy of what you've started. The 6 of Pentacles, you can look at her face. She's kind of like, whatever, I don't care. It'll just happen. I'm not gonna work at it. And your universe is like, okay, we'll make things easier, we'll help line stuff up, but you're in the physical. You are here. Therefore, you have to take the next steps. Unfortunately, I wish it was easier like this, your angels, God, Source, Divine's not going to pick you up and be like, move your foot. Okay, now we're moving the next foot. That's not how it works. What they're going to do is be like, here's the opportunities. We've cleared the path. Take the next step. And the 6 of Pentacles energy in this 4th week is that laziness of, you mean I have to get off my couch, or I have to go do the thing, I have to type 1,000 words? Yes. But it's also when you are in the flow state, when you're working with Archangel Raphael this 4th week, it may go a lot faster. Things are going to go smoother, but it's getting up. It's starting out. So your challenge in this 4th week is to not let the energy of sitting down, of being too pacifistic, dominate, because things are going to be trying to move really fast, and you are set yourself up to move with it, so keep going with that flow. So with that, I will end our little reading here. Hopefully you guys got something out of that. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like on it. Hit that subscribe button if you're new here. Comment down below any thoughts, comments, suggestion, ideas. Like I said, we're all trying to grow, we're all trying to get better, and feedback is how I grow and get better. So we will talk to you guys later. Have a great rest of your month and a safe week.